the last 4 years. But I show up to fetes and I show up looking like good when I get in. And then when I'm leaving, I'm sweaty. I'm like, my clothes are disheveled. I party a lot. But this is not what I'm saying in here. What I'm saying in here is to just take time for yourself. Every other day, I do my nails. I don't go to a salon, I do them at home. I take the time to manicure, to take the cuticle off, put a coat of nail polish, because in that 15 minutes that it takes my nails to dry, not one person in my house could ask me to do anything. And maybe short of holding a glass of wine, you cannot do much else with wet nails. It automatically puts up that do not disturb sign where nobody has to ask you, Mommy, can you scratch my, oh no, my nails are wet. Babe, can you? Sorry, my nails are wet. And if you're really ticking me off that day, I put on more than one coat. Because each coat takes at least 15 minutes to dry. So you all know how to play this game now. Number 2, if you don't ask, you don't get. Don't for 1 second assume that Selena is looking at you and understanding everything that you need. Or because we're women, I'm going to just automatically connect into your cerebral cortex and understand all of your needs. Carrie wants something for the station gallery. She is going to explicitly say to me, we need to get the funding. How are you going to help me? And then I will say, this is what I am capable of doing. I am not going to give you some bull answer and say, I will consider it, Carrie. See, this is a thing that I think we may let politicians get away with and others, where they say, I'll consider it, I'll look into it for you. I don't do that. It's yes, this is what I'm going to do, or no, I'm not touching it. And this is the expectation that we should have from people. But you can't have that expectation if you just don't ask. If you just stare blankly at me and hope that I'll figure out what you need. Not gonna happen. But I think that speaks to us too. Asking for help. Asking for what we need to make us feel better. Because we are super women, we're supposed to do everything. I don't think so. Even Superman had a Clark Kent who was vulnerable and wore glasses and nerdy and tripped over himself, right? And then put on the cape when it needed to happen. We don't need to keep the cape on all the time, okay? Should I use Superwoman as an example? But I'm not sure. To whom much is given, much is expected. And I'm going to use Carrie a lot. When Carrie picks up the phone and says, I need something for Station Gallery, my response is not, I'm kind of busy as an MP. I'm kind of busy because, I'm at home now, Carrie. It's Saturday night and I have my family. The ability for me to stand here and speak to you ladies this afternoon is because many more women just like you and men and people and all genders in between helped me get to here at this moment. I didn't get here by myself. I got here because people decided that they were going to invest in me. People who knew my name and people who didn't know my name. Ancestors who thought that I will be their wildest dream. Sacrifice for me to be here. And so who am I to say, no, I do not have time for you? Who am I to say, no, I don't have time on a Sunday afternoon to show up for my people? Who am I to throw away the legacy of people that allowed me to be here today? Who am I to say no? And that's not to say that we can't say no. But you have to understand that to whom much is given, there is a responsibility to give it back. That as we're climbing, we reach back as we climb up and take someone along. That is our responsibility. And it's an expectation for me to do that. Number 4, ladies, never take the first offer. It's the lowball offer. usually have someone in here, and, you know, I'm no longer the MP, but when I was, I usually have a staffer in the room, and they're like thinking back to, did they accept the first offer? And I'm looking at them and I'm like, honey, there was so much more money in the budget. But it's a hard lesson that you gotta learn. And you know, the lesson that you have to learn is knowing your own value, knowing what you're worth. You cannot not accept the first offer if you don't know how much your value is, how much you're worth. And what does that mean? It means sometimes you have to Google it. How much is my bachelor's degree worth? How much is my MBA worth? How much is my second MBA worth? Why do I have 2 MBAs? I don't know. But how much is it worth? How much is my ability to partially parler en français worth? How much is my business acumen worth? How much is my political savviness worth? How much is your skill sets worth? But it's not just about dollars and cents, it's also about your love. If you are getting a negative return on investment with a partner that you're with, it's time to say bye-bye, boy, bye. Girl, bye. I don't know, I'm not here to judge y'all. But you can't not accept the first offer when they're offering you stuff and you're like, I don't know if I should accept that. If you don't know how much your love, your time, your resources, your energy is worth. Otherwise, you're just accepting stuff. And you're sitting in a whatever, a relationship, a job, a whatever you're in, and you're going, I don't think I'm getting a positive return here. But you don't know for sure. And then all of a sudden you're looking at your bank account, like your mental, your emotional, your physical bank account, and it's in the negative, and you're like, how the hell did I get here? Because you've been investing in something that is not investing back in you. Right? So never take the first offer. Negotiate that. Please. Number 5, sometimes you have to swallow a little. Ladies. Not that kind of meeting. It's Sunday. Right. I don't know if some of y'all haven't even left church yet. Not because you have to swallow it, not because you like the taste of bad medicine. But you know, because if you swallow that medicine, it'll make you better. When I first got out of university, I worked a job where I was getting paid minimum wage for 8 hours, but I would work 12. Why did I give those 4 hours up for free? Why did I swallow those 4 hours? Because I knew that what I would learn as a research assistant in those 4 hours would get me the next gig. I knew that someone was willing to give me 4 hours of their time to make me learn what I needed to do to get the next gig. So I swallowed those 4 hours. Not because I liked the taste of bad medicine, not because I liked giving my time away for free, but because I knew I needed to do that to get the next. I think one of the problems with some of our generation and generations below, I don't even know what they call now, A, B, C, D, and G, is that they want to start up here. You gotta start here. You gotta start somewhere. I started as a research student. I was like 30 years old. I was just starting my career. Thinking, my God, like, what? These last 15 years have been a freaking ride for me, believe me. But I had to start as a research assistant, a research student, 15 years ago. And then built myself up and built my company and then ran and anyhow. Number 6, if you think about something twice, you've thought about it one too many times. We obsess over things. Oh my God, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to start my business. I don't know how to write a book. I don't know how to do that. You have a network of people. Look around you. Ask somebody. Ask. And, like, honestly, lift your head up and look around this room. There's somebody in here that you could ask a question to help you with whatever you're obsessing about. I don't know how to run in politics. I don't know what to do this. I don't know how to get funding. I don't know about. Ask somebody to help you. If you don't ask, you don't get. Go back to number 2. These are interchangeable. You're supposed to use these rules together. Okay, y'all? Okay. If you think of it, if it doesn't make you want to vomit, it's not worth doing. I don't know, maybe this room was not the trailblazer room. Maybe that's the room downstairs. But if you're going to be the trailblazer, if you're going to like be bold, then you're gonna have that butterfly feeling in your stomach when you make that decision to do something and you're like, oh, I don't think I could do it. Oh, I don't think I could run in federal politics. Oh my God, I would be sick. Right? That's the thing you wanna do. If you're doing something and you're just like tripping along, oh my God, I'm doing it. Oh, this is so cool. And look, there's some people that can trip along and merrily and skip and do that. Good for you. I am not the trip along kind of person. I'm the next thing I'm gonna do is gonna make me wanna feel sick, and I'm gonna know by that sign, those cheerleaders in your gut, that yeah, this is the bad boy I wanna tackle. Like that's what I wanna do, okay? Number 8, there's only 10, I'm going really fast. The Rolling Stone gathers no moss. Look at my outfit. Do I look like I like moss? The Rolling Stone gathers no doubt. Keep moving. Ask questions. Connect. You want to start a business and you don't know how, and then you start going and you're like, oh, I'm really excited about this. I'm going to blow this out of the water. It's so good, but I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if it's really my time. You know what? I'm not going to do it. You start doubting yourself and you stop moving. Keep moving. I don't care if you're like moving like this. You know, that slow-mo thing? Just keep moving. If you are passionate about it, it's giving you those butterflies. If you really want to do it, you don't have to be running. You just got to move in the forward direction. And moving can mean that I'm asking a question, I'm getting help, I'm seeking advice, I'm digging the ground for the business. I don't care what you're doing in this movement, just move. Please, and don't stop and doubt yourself. And even when you do, that first moment when you're like, I don't think I could do it, find somebody. Again, look around the room. Find somebody who's going to be like, oh my God, girl, you could do this. You have one of those friends. They are so annoying. They're annoying AF. And you're like, oh my God, you could so do this. I love you so much. You're the best. I love you. And you're just like, okay, now turn you off. I'm going to keep moving. Okay? Find that person. You can put them in your phone as the annoying one who's going to get me back on track. Whatever you need to do, call that person and get yourself back on track. Okay? Because you're going to get off track. Okay. Number 9. Nothing that is meant for you could ever pass you by. Oh my God. Ladies. It didn't happen. It didn't work out. You didn't get the job. Like, believe me, over the last 4 years, there's a lot of things that I wanted that did not happen. And yes, I cried like a little baby when they didn't work out. Okay, I might look like Superwoman, but I'm actually not. I cry. I get kryptonite moments where I cannot stand up anymore. However, they are not mine. If you don't have it right now, either 1, figure out why. 2, try to get it again. But move on. It's Sunday, so I'm not cussing today, but move on. Okay, we can't get stuck in the, I didn't get this. I didn't do that. I didn't achieve this. I didn't. And then that pity comes in. Okay? And then use the other rules to help you get out of that, because you're going to feel down, you're going to feel depressed. When I lost the by-election, I was in bed for 2 months. I didn't get out of bed. I didn't wash my hair. I hardly bathed. My bedroom turned into a battleground every time my husband walked in the door. I mean, you read that thing. He is a nice guy. And he would say, babe, I love you. What the you love me more? You know, like that's how it was. But then you get up, because I wasn't meant to win then. I was meant to win in 2015, and I need to adjust my mindset for that, okay? And number 10, and most importantly, ladies, go big or go home. The world right now needs us to show up. Everything that is happening right now needs your solutions. Everything that you look at, that you're looking at yourselves and saying, oh my gosh, this can't be the world how it is, needs whatever you have tucked in your little mind or your little heart that's saying, I can't really do that, it's not going to make an impact. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm telling you right now that your go big idea that you think is small and insignificant is what is going to change somebody's life. And if you just change one, that's good enough. So go big or go home, because the world needs you to show up. Thank you for your time.